welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Hearts. Last time, we got started on our adventure, waking up on the sunny beaches of Destiny Island. Today, we're gonna finish up building our raft, and that starts with talking with Kairi. There's a lot of things to do here on day 2 also. I say there's a lot of things, but the main thing there is the race, and everybody seems to win the race, lose the race, whatever. I'm always losing the race when it comes to fighting or racing against Riku. I've always lost this race. But before we get to the race, there is a little treasure chest that you can get in this little cove right here. It's actually very visible, and it's the only time that you are ever able to return to this area and get this early protect chain. I think this is protect chain in here. Yes, it is. All right. Protect chain is an equipment accessory. Equip accessories basically to make your character stronger, basically. So if you got a good accessory, put it on, put it on, put it on, okay? Make yourself stronger. But yeah, back to this race. So, I always lost this race as a kid. I could never figure out the right path, or I would always mess up. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different here real quick. I'm gonna get rid of this not cardboard, but this plank right here, because it falls sometimes, you know? Just to make life a little bit easier. So, hey, so our raft still needs a name. Let's see, how about Highwind? Highwind is a reference to Final Fantasy VII, a ship that the crew flew in, led by Sid Highwind, I believe. Excalibur is the name of the Sword of Legend from Disney's Sword and Stone. Didn't know that. I played this game like several times, and I'm like, Excalibur is like a Sword of Legend. I don't know why I didn't make that clear to me, you know? It never made sense to me. You can name the ship anything you want. I don't think you're allowed to curse, however, you know? So, you can name anything you want with the ship. But, I would just say, just be careful. The game is actually really clever, and if like you're trying to do like a little bit of cursing, no, it's not gonna work.
I'm captain.
So,
And if you win,
I get to
just
share
be creative.
Huh?
I've seen a lot of creative names when it comes
Deal?
to like creating the
The
ship
winner gets
name
to
and
share a
everything.
Palpul with Kairi.
oh,
But
wait a minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
on my count.
it'll come into play later. So now, the race against Riku is, like I said, I pretty much lost this race as a kid. The main objective of what you want to do with Riku is that you want to try and get to this ladder first. If you can get to this ladder, then you can take a zip line, which will make the race a little bit easier, but you still have to be careful when taking the zip line, because then now you gotta like bounce over the trees. And platforming with Sora is very finicky. It's not like the other games, you know, where you can just kind of have better platforming action, especially like in KH2. KH1 is, even though it is very platform heavy, I would say Sora's biggest issue is platforming, so like his jumps feel weird, and if there's any area where it feels weird, it's gonna be mostly on Destiny Islands, and then maybe like early game platform is gonna be harder. If you win the race, though, you're gonna get a couple of pretty stones, and then pretty stones are pretty much, you could just sell them. I see what I did there, pretty. You can sell pretty stones for just a lot of money in the original. I don't know how much they sell for in the final mix version, but they just sell for a excuse me, sorry. They just sell for like, you know, not a lot in this version. So you can grind pretty stones if you really want to. If you want to have like some early game money, access to buy some materials and whatnot, you can do that. I personally never do that. I just go, you know, I won the race, cool, and I sell whatever I don't need in my inventory. It's rare you would have to sell stuff because money is a lot. Money is very abundant in this game. Just, you know, it's rare that you're gonna have to sell some stuff, you know? I think in my test playthroughs, before doing recording, I actually ran into a issue where I needed a material and I had to sell something, but I was short about like maybe 1,000 money. So, you know, maybe the one time I had to sell something, but that's okay. Other than that, that's it. Anyway, if you do win the race, however, something I didn't really know was that Kairi does comment on whoever wins the race. If you win the race, she'll say, hey, whatever ship's name you want is, you know, pretty cool. If Riku says something different, Riku, you know, Riku's gonna make a great captain. You know, they glaze Riku. We don't care about that. You know, she'll also say, like, Excalibur, I've heard that name before. But she does call you Captain Sora, which I never knew. And she does a little salute. I did show that off a little bit. So that's pretty cool. You learn something new every time playing this game. I think here's a secret everybody knows. You can break the boulder with your feet. Like, pretty cool, honestly. Breaking the boulder with your feet. But no, what you're supposed to do is really just push the boulder to the side, get a mushroom there. There you can also get some drinking water, which we're gonna be fine. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Also on day 2, all the characters do have something new to say. So it would be worth your while to just sit down and talk to them, see what else they have to say. Different dialogue text and everything. I never really truly bothered to talk to them. Sophie, Tidus, and Waka on day 2. Sometimes they can give you tips on where to look for like certain items and stuff, which I find amazing. I never really knew that they did that. Again, theme of this episode. Yeah, I learn something new all the time.
You heard about the legendary power.
But we're talking about the legend of Palpu fruit here. And did we just learn about the Palpu fruit before?
Really it binds you together forever and ever, through eternity. It's so romantic. I gotta try it sometime.
You do have to try it sometime. Again, you can also fight the kids again if you want to fight them. It's not really worth it. As for me, I'm not gonna really bother with fighting the kids because it's, you know, I don't really need to, you know? I don't feel like I have to fight the kids, you know? But I think it's kind of cute how Sophie is, you know, saying, ooh, I want to share the Palpu fruit with one of my friends, but I can't share with Tidus and Waka, you know? There's such thunderheads or this, that, and the third. And then they talk about the raft plans, and it's like they know that they're building a raft, but they weren't invited. That little text comment right there, if you're not careful, Riku might share the Palpu fruit with Kairi. Ooh, we all know Sora wants to do it. Sora has a crush on Kairi anyway. It's evident between the two. It's cute in a way, you know? It's cute in its own way.
Me and Tidus,
and we love it,
we
you know? We love it. The little love.
You know, to the secret place.
Riku never had a thing for Kairi, though. That's evident. So we can shut those rumors down right now. We can shut those rumors down. Bro's telling me something we already know. Locking on. I already know how to lock on. I just wanted to see what else would happen, you know? But yeah, again, they all say different things. That line right there where they said, oh, we swam out for miles and miles, that's not true. In Kingdom Hearts 2, there was a town. Like, there is a town out there. I guess for KH1, we just couldn't see the town. We know there is a town, and in an upcoming cutscene, we do see Sora going home. So we do know that they have homes. There is, like, Destiny Islands itself is like a little island
But odds are you're still no match for Riku.
in the water.
We took
A little tropical paradise in the water for the kids.
Well,
And
I guess Kairi can always count
it's
on
like, no, we know that there's stuff there. That line just kind of bothers me, you know? Silence Paradise without any adults to order us around. So yeah, this is like the little island where the kids can go away. So we understand that there are kids here. I mean, not kids, but there are adults here. And even in Kingdom Hearts 2, there's a whole little town. I don't know where in the world it could possibly be. I'm thinking like a little mini island in Hawaii or something like that where they have to go. But it's like a little tropical island for the kids to get away. And, you know, that's it. So it's like they have the boats, they have the places to go. Like, where are the boats? Where's the homes at? You know, just saying. It's not like they're stranded in the middle of nowhere. That's ridiculous. That would just be ridiculous. So I'm just trying to see what else they are doing. You can also get drinking water really over there. From there, if you don't get it from the ocean. But let's go into the secret place where more things will happen. And then once this cutscene happens, or when I see it, we can talk about it. There's a lot of little references in this cave also. I love the little cave references that they have. It's talking about a bunch of upcoming adventures that you're gonna have. So let's talk about it. Get this mushroom right there. And cutscene, hooray. I know I might be a little bit behind, but it's okay. I like how Kairi is kind of a clean drawer and Sora's a little bit messy, you know. Because look at the two differences. I like it. And then Sora has to touch up on it just a little bit. He touches up a little bit and look at him. Sharing a Palpu fruit with Kairi. That's adorable.
Well, who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This world has been connected.
Well, what are you talking about?
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well,
this cutscene
where did
bothers
you
me in
come
ways you can't even imagine. I'm sorry.
Not yet know
I'm sorry.
what
It's
lies
like,
beyond
Sora,
the
you were looking dead at him first,
So you're
and you
from
were
another
answering his
world.
questions, and then you said, huh? Where did you come from?
There
Like,
is
you
so
were
very
straight up
much
having a
left.
whole conversation with him.
You
Whoever you are, stop
understand
freaking me
so
out, and then where do you come from just doesn't make
Well, yeah.
sense.
Well,
I
you'll
don't
see.
know. This
I'm gonna get out
maybe
and
it's
learn
just
what's
me,
out there.
but this entire cutscene
A
just
meaningless
kind of pissed
effort.
me off. Not pissed me off.
One
When I
who
told
knows
someone that
nothing can
this cutscene
understand
kind of just irked me a little bit, they laughed. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me, but this cutscene just, I guess the way how it was shot didn't make sense. Like, you could have still had this conversation without that line of, you know. Like, you could have had the entire cutscene play out without that one little line. Alright. Anyway, within the cave, there's a lot of nice little references that is upcoming with the adventure. Obviously, we have Sora and Kairi, and I like the fact I said before how Kairi's like a neat drawer, Sora's a little bit of a messy drawer, so he had to touch it up a little bit. I like that. We see a little bit of a dragon and doors, and you can see Donald Duck right there. Like, it's spoiling a lot. That's a Google over there, I think, or like one of the Aqua enemies, and freaking Atlantica, which, yeah, we are going to Atlantica, yeah. But yeah, the cave has a lot of interesting drawings that don't make sense now, but on repeated playthroughs, it's like, oh my god, that's what that is? It's so cool. It's like really cool once you're playing the game and realizing, I'm like, oh my god, all this stuff actually happening within the adventure. We met a duck, a talking duck, we got a talking duck and dog, and yeah. I also keep forgetting that that's actually another entrance to the cove area, and I always go through the door and go through the track, but you know, there's another entrance right there. Now, I can't tell if that cutscene or that little snippet of stuff was what we needed to do.
Come on.
But I think that was a Final Mix exclusive cutscene only. Which is, you know, I can't remember. I've been playing the Final Mix version for so long now that I kind of forgot the original. I might need to just go back, play the original, and see the differences again, you know? Pretty sure it's staggering, really. For the coconuts, really, you don't have to get only 2. I learned that in a repeat playthrough that I was doing, or a test playthrough, a test run, just for fun I was doing. I got more than 2 coconuts. I got like multiple coconuts here, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess you could fill out your inventory with coconuts, even though they're useless in a way. They're kind of useless after this world is done, so, multiple coconuts. Yay! We love it. Once you're done actually with everything, you might want to just stock up on some stuff, because after this, you're pretty much done. Is there anything else you want to do? Because once you talk to Kairi after this, that's it. This is the end of Destiny Islands, you know? You get yourself an eye potion. If you want to try and grind some more levels off of Tidus, Selphie, and Waka, you can if you want to. But yeah.
You know, Riku has changed.
What do you mean?
Well,
You okay?
Sora, let's take the raft and go. Just the 2 of us.
Huh?
She's not kidding, by the way. She's actually meaning that. You know,
What's going
Kairi
on?
has a crush on you,
You're the one
Sora.
that's changed,
Kairi has a crush on you. It's
Maybe.
blatantly obvious. I'm like,
You know,
she likes
I
you,
was
man.
afraid
You
at
better do
first.
something. I'm just saying.
Now no matter where I go or what I see,
I don't know.
I know I can always come back here,
Anyway,
right?
Yeah, of course.
That's good. Sora, don't ever change.
Huh?
don't ever change who you are, Sora.
Can't wait.
That's what Kairi likes about
She
you,
said
Sora.
so.
You don't change
It'll
who
be
you
great.
are. You don't try to be someone you're not. You know, and that's what Kairi is admiring about you. That's really good. Meanwhile, with the B plot going on, I'm sorry, not the B plot. This is technically part of the A plot. I guess building the raft is the B plot, but the main issue right now is like the king is gone. That's the main issue for the Disney cast. All the lore, we're gonna be getting the lore. Here's one thing that actually bothered me a little bit, and I think everybody has noticed this. How come Pluto doesn't talk? You know, but everyone else talks. I think is it that like that cartoon rule where you like cartoon animals can talk but actual animals can't? I don't know. Couldn't Pluto talk? Because like in this universe, Pluto's an actual dog, but Goofy is also a dog also. Like, how does that work? I don't know.
Oh dear, what could this
I don't
mean?
know.
It means we'll just have to trust the king.
Gosh, I sure hope he's all right.
Now looking at their outfits, Donald's outfit is fun. It's Goofy's outfit that I'm mostly looking at, and I'm like, how does he put on that helmet if he's wearing it as a hat?
Both of you.
You know?
Of course. You be careful now, both of you.
Oh, and to chronicle your travels, he will accompany you.
Didn't even see him. Didn't even see him.
Over
Didn't even see him.
here.
I guess he didn't load the model in until it was time
Cricket's
to
the
cutscene.
name.
Again, you gotta remember, this
Jiminy
is like
Cricket at your
PlayStation 2
service.
era, so
We hope
even
for
though it
your
has a
safe
lot of
return.
models, it just
Please,
wasn't there.
help the king.
Like Goofy, how do you put on that helmet, bro? I know you use it as a hat, but how do you put that helmet on, man? I don't know. Video game
Gosh,
logic, you love it.
Your world disappeared too?
Like, look,
It
he's
was
supposed to be the
terrible.
knight.
We were scattered. And as far as I can see, I'm the only one who made it to this castle.
Oh, right. I gotcha. You mean while we're in other worlds, we can't let on where we're from, huh? We gotta protect the world border. Right. World order.
Mind you, this world order stuff, I think it goes right out the window.
Oh, I guess
Like,
we'll need
they don't
new
protect,
duds when we
they're
get
like
there.
so gung-ho about protecting the world order, and they literally throw it out the window within seconds because of the Heartless and everything. So, like, what's the point with this world order crap, you know? It really doesn't really make too much sense. Also kind of makes me think, They have these costumes now. Where's the costume shop at? I know Goofy says, hey, we gotta get some new duds when we get there, and then that's how we get the, like, you know, their legit Kingdom Hearts outfits. But where's the shop at in Traverse Town? Where's the shop? Where was it? I guess while this cutscene is actually playing, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm fumbling my words a lot. It was blatantly known that we were supposed to explore Kingdom Hearts 1. We were supposed to explore Disney Castle as a world. There was actually trailers and whatnot of it, or gameplay footage of Sora walking through the halls, but we didn't get a chance to go there. We actually do get a chance to go there in the sequel, which is actually, I'm glad that's a world, because so much lore is there. It's beautiful. But yeah. Anyway, this is the good part. This is the good part.
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
Did y'all ever think about what would happen if y'all went onto the raft? Here we go.
A storm? Oh no! The raft!
Sora, dinner's ready. Come on
Hello,
down.
Sora's mom.
Sora?
Her one and only appearance within the entire series of Kingdom Hearts. Really, that was her one and only voice line of the entire series. We never hear from Sora's mom again. Also, this song is beautiful. This song is called "Night of Fate," and I love it by Yoko Shimomura. She is like the GOAT artist. Oh, Yoko. Yoko has some great tunes. Anyway. I know I had introduced these guys last time. These are now Shadows. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but these are Shadows. Their title card has popped up, so you can pause the video if you are interested in learning about the Shadows, but if you watched the first episode, you probably already know about the Shadows. We can't attack the Shadows from our dream, so we gotta go ahead and find Riku, which we are going to find him right now, because what's a wooden sword gonna do
Where's
to
Kairi?
these creatures of the night?
The door.
And my
It's
guess
open.
is that Riku and Kairi saw the storm
door is
outside
open,
and
Sora.
hurried onto their boats
Now we
and
can go
rushed
to the
on.
outside world.
Riku
What are you talking about?
must have
We
seen
gotta find
those
Kairi.
shadow
Kairi's
creatures
coming with
attack him,
us.
and then he's just standing
Once
right
we step
there.
through,
How did he
we
see
might not be
the
able to
shadow
come back.
creatures just pop
We
up?
may never
He was
see
like,
our
oh, you
parents
know
again.
what? I'm just
There's
gonna,
no
you know,
turning
let
back.
them sit. He didn't run, he didn't
But this
scream
may
or
be our
anything
only
like that.
chance. We can't
You
let
just
fear
stood
stop
there.
us.
Like, what is going on, bro?
I'm not afraid of the darkness.
Riku.
And I love the voice how Sora did. A mixture of confusion and like, are you sure this is the right thing we need to be doing right now, Riku? We need to go find Kairi. You know, our world's falling apart right now. Like, we don't know what's going on. We need to go get the raft before it, you know, disappears. And then now we got all these shadow creatures. It's a lot of uncertainty with that voice that you know, he did. Unfortunately, Riku has disappeared, and we are now left with a mysterious weapon known as a Keyblade. Keyblade. We have the Kingdom Key, which is now a great way to fight the shadows, and now we have an acceptable means of fighting shadows. Excuse me for the sniffles, I'm sorry, I apologize. But yeah, we have a nice way of fighting shadows. They dropped one experience, so now you can actually grind shadows here. And in fact, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of grinding before we move on to the next part of the game. I want to say area. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. So yeah, but that gives me a chance to actually really talk about how I felt when I first saw this. So I know I've talked about how my mom was afraid of these guys. And this is how I got these parts. My mom was afraid of fighting the Heartless. These shadow creatures scared the living crap out of her, and she never picked it up again. And we were stuck on this. She was stuck on this for a little bit, and it's like she put it down, and she hasn't played it since. And one day I just decided to pick this game up. I started over myself. I was like, okay, this is cool. And I got past this area. Now, kid me, I'm playing this game at like 8 years old. 7 or 8 years old, I want to say. Game came out in 2002, correct? So, I'm lying. I played this game when I was like 6 years old. And yeah, I agree. The music, the tone, everything, it kind of was like, we had this light-hearted tune of Destiny Islands, and now we shift to Night of Fate, dramatic, intense. All the shadows are everywhere. What are we gonna do? Like, you know, it was kind of scary for kid me to play this. But I was able to push through it and actually thoroughly enjoy Kingdom Hearts. Get a strength up right there, real quick. That's nice. Get a nice little level up. That puts us at level 5. If I want to say, God, I can't talk. But that's my thing. Even in post-commentary, I can't even talk. In live commentary, I can't talk. Post-commentary is even harder to talk, so what's the point? Anyway. It was just an intense feeling, like, seeing all this. And I know when I was afraid, and I would spend hours in the little save point area because it was the only safe place. And I know my mom, I was watching her play this at one point, she was just running from these guys, and she hit the safe shack, and then that was it. She didn't know where to go, she didn't know who to talk to, where was Riku. My mom was not, was not a gamer. So, you know, I was a gamer. I had to do all the stuff. I did it, and I'm so glad I took that leap. I mean, eventually, if I'd never really picked up Kingdom Hearts until just now, like, let's say Kingdom Hearts was going on for like years, and I'm just now getting into Kingdom Hearts because of an announcement for KH4, let's be honest. Like, in the year of 2026, Kingdom Hearts is accessible to everyone, and this was my first time playing Kingdom Hearts. I think I, you know, do pretty more decent than Kid Me. Sure, I'll get stuck on a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure Kid Me would not ever think about playing an action RPG at the young age of 6 until, you know, had a decent understanding of combat and whatnot. Anyway, I'm just rambling, but what I'm trying to really do here is try to get to level 6, so I'm just fighting all the shadows and areas that we've been to all over the island. You cannot go to the seaside area. I mean, we are on the seaside. You can't go to the cove area. I can't remember in the original if you were able to do the cove area also. Maybe I had a dream about it at one point that you were able to really go to the cove area and fight the Heartless there, but just in Final Mix, I think, you're only locked to this first part of the area, which makes sense. So everywhere we've been on the area here is nothing but Heartless. Nothing but Heartless. Or nothing but Shadows.
Come on! Come on!
Sorry about that. That noise you hear me is me muting my microphone for a second because I either have to cough or sniffle. I'm trying not to sniffle while I'm just doing recording. I hate being I hate having that congestion feeling, you know? I hate having that feeling while I'm trying to record something. It just makes it harder to talk and everything. Look at that storm though, it's detail. I like how everything is reacting to it. The trees are swaying in a way violently. It's like a giant storm. Like a giant hurricane, I want to say. And Night of Fate is so intense too. That's why this is like, if you're ever gonna play Kingdom Hearts, one song you're gonna remember is this first song right here. Night of Fate is so intense. It's so heart pumping, you know, intensity. Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Where are my friends? One of my friends just died, you know. Well, in Sora's eyes, it's like he's gone. Where's Riku? Where's Riku? Now I gotta go find Kairi because, you know, oh my God, what's happening? Anyway, what I'm gonna do here, I think the cut's coming up soon. I'm not too sure. Oh no, I got a little bit of time. So what I try to do here is I fight the enemies here and then I cut for a little bit. Got my level up there. Got a nice defense up. What I'm aiming for is level 6. That's what I'm aiming for, because once we reach level 6, we get an ability that I want to show off. One of our first magical abilities. After, you know, picking the staff, we're going to start reaching our magical abilities. But it's going to take a little bit of time for me to get there, so you got to do a little bit of grinding first. So, again, I apologize for the lack of, you know, progress in this. I mean, if you are fully confident, you can very much well proceed on. Level 5 is actually really decent enough for the boss that's coming up, and you can probably gain a level off of him. But, you know, nice camera angle, by the way. But if you don't feel confident, you know, you very well can just, you know, grind some shadows. It's, you know, Kingdom Hearts is not a game where you have to sit down and grind for a little bit. Like, if you just fight the enemies that you see, you're gonna be okay, really. Like, if you clear the rooms, you will level up, you know. It's not that hard of a game. I can only think of 2 instances. I'm Laurie. I'm lying. Laurie? I said Laurie. I'm sorry. I'm lying, by the way. I can only think of, like, maybe 3 instances that I felt like I had to level up for a little bit, but it wasn't me. It was just the boss was that ridiculously tough, and I will point that out. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about. There's like 3 roadblocks, I want to say, that newcomers might struggle with. Newcomers, they might struggle with, but I can't think of anything else. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like thinking to myself. Can't really pinpoint what else I struggled with. I know I struggled with certain bosses as a kid, and I'm definitely gonna make a point to point them out. I know at least 3 of them that I struggle with, and one of those roadblocks hopefully is gonna be in another video very, very soon. Not very soon, but just on the lookout for it. I know what area I struggled in because of my choices. I think because I was struggling the most, I kind of just started the game over again and picked the shield instead for more defense instead of the sword. I always picked the sword as a kid. Don't know why. Didn't even know the repercussions of it. And yeah, that's it. Basically, again, like I said, I'm just going around the island trying to get some levels, listening to the music, getting a feel for the Keyblade and its attacks. I guess I can also talk about the Keyblade itself right now. So right now, what we have is called the Kingdom Key keychain. It can really do critical hits at some points. It'll make a certain sound, like that chink sound. Now that lets you know that you got like a critical hit. No, so I just took a quick save right there, and I took a quick save there, and I cut to when I got a level up. There we go, stun impact, because I wanted to fight some enemies a little bit. Figured like I cut out all that fighting. That was like, I was pretty much here for like, I think about 50 minutes or so, just grinding, and I cut out a lot of stuff, so. At this point in the video where we're at, the time might be a little bit different, but I think I was here for a good, at this point, like 40-ish minutes. But anyway, the new magical ability we got is Stun Impact. It deals like a 30% combo finisher that stuns enemies, but it's relative to your MP. So like, I'm gonna see if I can show it off here. I know I get it off on someone. There goes that critical hit again. The little chink sound. Trying to see if I can get it, but it has to be a ground combo. It can't be an aerial combo because it sucks. So ground combos, not really the best, but I want to see if I can show it off. And I think I can show it off like right here, but I get hit. They take the pot shot. Yep, there it is. But I got hit. Yep, so right there, that little animation where Sora's lifting up his hands and stuff like that. He can do that stun impact. But I'm gonna see if I can actually fully show it off. There it is. There's stun impact. Hello. Yeah, and I do a little bit of celebratory dance. Hooray, I did it. All right. Once you feel comfortable enough, you can move on to the secret place. And make sure you are just prepared, but you should be okay. Stock up on your items and proceed forward.
Kairi!
Sora.
Now, my first question when I look at this, before we get started, hold on. You will only end there for like 5 seconds, like a minute, really. 5 seconds to like a minute or two, Sora, and the whole island is already gone just like that. Hello, my old friend. Darkseid, round 2. This time, it's official. You don't really get anything for beating Darkseid again. You do, you know, have to worry about the same attacks that he has and everything. The only new attack that he got is when he slams his fist into the ground and makes a shockwave, but that's really it. Anyway, gloves are off this time. You can actually die to this fight. So, I hope you've gotten used to the combat because now the training wheels are off. For now. Anyway, just aim for his hands, aim for his head, you're okay. The problem with that one cutscene I want to just talk about first is Kairi looked like she was already gone. You know, by the way how she was talking. Like, the Sora in her voice was just like... It sounded like the Heartless already got her. And her body was just like a shell. Or she was like dying, but how did she like, you know, get there? And we took care of him quickly. He was about to do that new attack too, and I made sure that he couldn't even get it off. Dang. Level 6 is definitely a little bit over leveled for the area we're in. But anyway, into the giant ball of darkness you go! Don't know how. Don't know how that happened. Hey, new duds! Where's the store at that they got their new duds? I don't know.
A star's going out.
Come on, let's hurry.
Come on, let's hurry. Yeah, let's hurry indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all to Traverse Town. Place of people, information, and other goods travel by.
Where's that key?
Hey, you know, maybe we ought
Where's
to
the
go
clothes
follow
shop?
Leon.
Where'd y'all get these duds? I need to know, guys.
Oh, Donald, you know, I bet you that,
What do you know?
Donald, why are you so rude? Donald's really rude.
I know.
Goofy, if you would have just followed Pluto, you would have found Sora already and stuck with him, and then you would just have to find Donald. That would have been interesting, honestly, if you really think about it. You know, you would already have Goofy off rip. Goofy's gonna stick with you. Hey, I gotta go find my friend Donald, and then bada bing, bada boom, you know? But I can understand why. They still want Sora to be by himself for a little bit and just get adjusted to everything. It's gonna be a weird dream.
Where am I?
But I think after this, we're running low on some time, ladies and gentlemen. So, that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this episode of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. And I will see you all for the next episode. Take it easy and take care.